Happy Hump Day, everybody! Welcome to our weekly Wednesday Facebook Live tutorial. So let's wait for Instagram to tell our followers that I am live. And if you're joining me on Facebook, make sure you click the StreamYard link for me to see your name. And also, if you're joining me on YouTube and LinkedIn, don't be shy, say hi to me. Hey, Roslyn, thank you for joining me today. I'm actually on time. And for those of you who's joining me the very first time, my name is May Yo Silvers. I am the owner of M2 Hospitality and also the event mentor and coach for Events for Anyone, where we help event planners like you to start and grow your event planning company into a multiple six-figure profit business. M2 Hospitality is a multiple six-figure profit event planning company, and we focus in doing events for Fortune 500 companies and also helping 6 to 8 figure coaches to plan their in-person and strategize for the in-person events. Okay, hey Jacqueline, thank you for joining me as well. If you are, I see some eyeballs on Facebook, so don't be shy. Let me know that you are here. Say hi. There you go. Quite a few of you are joining me on both sites, on Instagram and also on Facebook. So today's topic might seem a little woo-woo, like how do you feel your way to success, right? How is that even possible? So if you're on Facebook and I can't see your name, that means you didn't click on the StreamYard link. Hey Teresa, thank you for joining me on Facebook. So just make sure that you type your name so I know you're here with me. Okay, quite a few of you on Facebook. So, okay. So I am going to give you some examples, but I can tell you for a fact that one of the self-sabotage that you can do to yourself when you're trying to work towards your goal is not allowing yourself to truly understand the goal. Okay? When you say that you want something, your brain, okay, I'm going to give you one perfect example. Okay? So I asked somebody, why do you want to have your business? And this person tells me that, well, because I want to have freedom. Well, don't we all, right? We want to have freedom of time. We want to be able to do whatever we want. We want to be able to do what we love and also wherever we want. We want to have financial freedom, correct? So that's probably the main motivators why people want to start their own business or have their own business. So a lot of times we just stop there. We just stop there in the sense that we know what we want. Intellectually, we know what we want. Okay. So I mean, Stephanie, you are on Facebook. Can you see me good? Am I frozen? Because somebody just asked on Facebook if I am frozen because my internet is on full bars. And Instagram people, let me know if you can see me good. Okay. So if intellectually we know what we want, but if I were to ask you, okay, you know what you want, right? If I were to ask you to work towards, if I were to ask you to do certain things, right? To take certain actions, to work towards your goal, but you have zero experience on what it feels like to achieve that goal because you have never achieved that goal, what is motivating you to want to work hard to achieve that goal? All you see is other people achieving that goal. Other people have already achieved that goal. And you look and say, must be nice to be able to work your own business. Must be nice to be able to have financial freedom, right? You look at other people, okay? And say, oh, I want what they have. Because you can't tell, you have zero experience in having what they have because you're working towards it. But if you have zero experience in knowing what it feels like to have that thing, What is motivating you to want to work towards that thing? The only point of reference is you see other people's example. Wow, it's so nice that this person is able to have their own events business, and they don't report to anybody. They're their own boss and they have financial freedom, right? But when rubber meets the road and when you are building your own business, trying to achieve what you see other people have, you realize that, oh my God, it's actually not that easy to build, to build, to attain the success. And then what happens? You get discouraged. Okay? You get discouraged. And what is the thing that is going to come straight into your head? Well, they have that. It's them. I may not be able to have it. Okay? Good things only happen to them. They're able to have that. So it may not be for me. And then what happens? You try to negotiate within yourself. Maybe I really don't need that thing. Maybe it's nice to have, but I really don't need it. So if you have not experienced that freedom, you're currently not experiencing that freedom, what makes you motivated to go attain that freedom? And the only point of reference is seeing what other people are doing. Seeing what other people have is not the same as you feeling that you have already have it. Okay? That motivation is very small. To give you another easier example to envision. If I said that, the highest category of beef is the Wagyu beef, Kobe beef, okay? And you're used to eating USDA beef, all right? So, and I said that, hey, listen, you go to a steakhouse and you pay $60 for a ribeye steak or New York strip that's USDA, all right? And you pay $60 for probably 10 ounce, 12 ounce. Okay, the steak is 10 to 12 ounce for USDA steak. All right. And then I come and tell you, I say, hey, this Wagyu beef that everybody is talking about, this Kobe beef that everybody is talking about is so good. All right. It's so good. I have tasted it before. It melts in my mouth. It's so good. But it's $150 an ounce. Okay. So $150 an ounce, right? Versus USDA beef that is 10 to 12 ounce and you pay $60. So I'm telling you, I say, hey, listen, you should try. You should try this Wagyu beef, this Kobe beef. Okay? It's so good. And then you're thinking, I am used to paying $60 and $60 for a 12-ounce steak. And you're asking me to try this Wagyu Kobe beef, even though you tell me it's so good, all right, it's $150 an ounce. That means if I get a 10-ounce steak, I'm paying $1,500. So I'm asking you to do it. Do you think you would do it? Even though I told you it's really good, it will melt in the mouth? You wouldn't. Common sense tells you that it wouldn't, because you have not tasted that beef before. And why should you spend $1,500 for that beef when, yes, I told you it's really good, but you have nothing. You have no point of reference in the sense that you don't know actually how it tastes. So would pay that much? No. Okay, would you make the sacrifice to save the money to actually want to try that beef? No. If I were to let you have a taste of that beef, okay? If I were to let you have that taste of that beef, I say, come, have a bite. And then you had the taste of that beef and it melts in your mouth. It is nothing compared to what you are used to eating. And you're like, oh my God, May, this is so good. Now I understand why it costs $150 an ounce, whereas the USDA beef costs only $150, okay, or $60 for 10 ounce. Now you have a point of reference because I gave you a taste. Now you'll be like, oh my God, it's so good. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to save the money. Okay? This is the same logic. All right? This is the same logic to the freedom. If you have not tasted freedom, you have no idea what you're working towards too. All you see is other people's example, but it's not you. So if you have not tasted it, if you have not experienced it, it will be extremely difficult for you to equate the hard work that you need to put in to attain that freedom, okay? Because you have not even experienced what it feels like to have that freedom. Until you have experienced what freedom can give to you, okay? Until you have experienced what freedom can give to you, you have a point of reference why I'm working so hard. So, perfect example, all right? You want to go on a vacation. In the past, how many of you have saved up for a vacation or to buy something? How many of you have actually done that? And then you save up to buy something, to go on a vacation, and then you went on a vacation. It's really nice. Okay? It's really nice, correct? And then what happens? You come back from the vacation, you start planning for your next vacation, right? You start planning for your next vacation, or you start thinking, oh, what else? There's another thing I want to buy. Because now you have a point of reference. You're a point of reference of how it feels like. How it feels like when you were on that vacation. And you want to repeat that feeling. Okay, everyone follow me? You want to repeat that same feel good feeling, right? Of how it feels like when you're on vacation. That's why we keep wanting to go on vacation, because it feels great. And what happened? So you make the effort to save the money so you can repeat that feel good feeling when you go on vacation. You guys follow me? Can you relate now? Can you relate now? Okay. So if I were to ask you, right, why do you want to have a business? Oh, I want to have freedom. I want to be able to go on vacation. I want to be able to have the money to buy whatever I want. I want to be able to work wherever I want and whenever I want. And I want to be able to not report to anybody. Okay. All these things are logical. You know what you want. But if you do not connect your feelings to what you say you want, all these are basically empty vision. Okay, when I say empty, that means they're just words. There's just words. There's nothing connected to those words. The reason why a lot of people don't attain their goals is because the goals are empty. They're just words. Okay, they're just words that intellectually you understand what those goals mean. Emotionally, there's no connection. There's no connection to your goals. And a lot of us do not allow emotions to be involved, or don't know how to use the emotions to feel that goal, because ultimately they do not want to be too attached to their goals, because they're afraid of disappointment. They don't allow themselves to feel what it feels like if I attain that goal, because they're afraid of disappointment. They don't allow themselves to dream. Okay? I can tell you it was me in the past. When my husband we used to play this game. He asked me, what would you do if you have won the lottery, if you win the lottery, $1 million? What would you do? Right? Well, how would you use that money? And I would tell him that I'm not even going to think about it, how it feels like if I win the lottery, $1 million, is because immediately, for me as a practical person, we don't allow ourselves to dream about things that seems impractical. Okay? I was like, well, it's not going to happen to me. Why am I dreaming about it? Oh, it's nice to have the $1 million. Of course, intellectually, I am thinking it's nice to have that $1 million, but I'm not going to allow myself to dream about how to spend that $1 million when I don't even believe it's coming to me. Okay? But the moment I allow myself to feel into what I want, if I say that I want to have financial freedom, what does that mean? right? We all say we want to have financial freedom. What does that mean to you? What does that mean? Intellectually, you will say that means free of debts. I can go on vacation anytime I want. I can go buy whatever I want, correct? So immediately you have something, you are able to say, okay, financial freedom means all these things. And then I'm going to ask you, do you know how it feels like to have financial freedom? Do you know how it feels like to be able to buy whatever you want? Do you know how it feels like to go on vacation whenever you want to, whatever vacation? You don't have to worry about money. You don't know because you never have it to begin with. You have no idea. So how can you work towards something and have the commitment and dedication to work towards something that seems like it's imaginary, that is a mirage, that is just something that you want, but you don't even know it's going to happen? Okay? All right? So Facebook user, you just wrote something, you are so in my head. I could say the words almost right before you say them. Right. I don't know who you are because I don't know your name. Okay. So share with me who you are, your name. So for all that, it's just a mirage, right? So yes, you can see it, but there's no emotions. So what happened next? Immediately when rubber meets the road, what is the thing that's going to happen in your head? It's like, oh, it's just a mirage. It's nice to have, but I already don't have it right now and I'm okay with it. Do I really want to work so hard for something that I don't even really know how it feels like to have it? It's nice to see other people have it. Congratulations to them. But it doesn't happen for me. It's not going to happen to me. It's only for other people. How many of you have said that? Okay. I'm going to be honest. If you don't allow yourself, Diana, if you don't allow yourself, okay, to get into the imaginary mode, that's why I say dream like a child. If you don't allow yourself to get into the imaginary mode, okay, to really envision how does that Wagyu beef taste like? Oh, May says that it's like it melts in your mouth. How does that taste like? Oh my God, I can actually physically, literally taste it. How does having financial freedom taste like? Oh, can you imagine yourself taking that vacation? Wow, can you imagine doing what? Waking up every day, not having to report to someone, waking up every day doing what you love, waking up every day not worrying about bills, waking up every day that you're able to buy whatever you want. How does that feel when you go shopping and you go into a store and say, I really like that? Okay, you don't even have to look at the price tag. How does that feel? If you don't allow yourself to become impractical, if you don't allow yourself to dream, to that moment of being a dreamer, there's no emotions connected to your goal. When there is no emotions connected to your goal, it's basically empty. But the moment you allow yourself and you envision in your head, I am sitting in that restaurant, I can smell that beef. Oh my God, it smells so good. It's making me salivate. Oh, I can see myself cutting into that tender beef and then putting in my mouth. Oh my God, it's so good. It's melting in my mouth, right? If you can envision yourself, I'm sitting at first class. Oh wow, the champagne, the nice warm towel, and I am at this exotic vacation where I'm sipping a cocktail and I can hear the sound of the waves and someone's coming to me and serving me a chef curated menu. And I'm going on an excursion later to check out the old town. And I saw something along the way. There's this boutique. I want to buy this diamond ring. Okay. I want to buy this piece of jewelry. It's going to look so good on me. And this purse, oh my God, I want that purse, right? If you allow yourself to feel, okay, if you allow yourself to feel like I am the most sought after event planner, I walk around like the CEO and I have a full team behind me and I am helping people realize their dreams. How does that feel like? If you can connect to that feeling, okay, even though you haven't received it physically, but you can, in your head, right, spiritually, it's there. You have already imagined it. You can see yourself up there. You can see yourself tasting it. You can see yourself, you can feel the breeze on you, the sea breeze. You can feel the sun on your skin. So if you can feel it, all right, it's real. It's real. The reality here is it's waiting for your physical self to catch up to that dream. So when you are working towards your goal and it's getting hard, it requires commitment, it requires dedication. Okay. If you're working towards your goal and it's like, oh God, this is asking a lot of me. I have never done anything like this before. This is so hard. But if you can immediately connect to what you say you want and evoke that feeling again, and you'll be like, oh, but if I were to do this, this is going to bring me closer to the vacation that I can feel. This is going to bring me closer to that Wagyu beef. This is going to bring me closer to getting that thing that I know is going to feel so good because you have already felt it. You have already received that in that fourth dimension. Okay? So, if you're able to connect that, that is what is going to help you and inspire you and motivate you to take inspired action. That's why I said looking at other people, having those nice things, living the lifestyle that you want, it could inspire you. Sure. But if you don't allow yourself to live in that space of that person that you admire, okay, then you don't know how it feels like. When I was at Wedding MBA, I had one of the members with me, and we enjoy good things together. We enjoy experience together. And I asked this member, and I said, how does it feel like to be able to order whatever you want on the menu? How does it feel like to be able to buy whatever you want? She basically experienced one day as maid. Okay? And she's like, this is good. That's why my coach taught me, in order to expand your wealth, expand your lifestyle in a responsible manner. Okay? You don't have to go crazy to start spending money, but you have to start feeling how it feels like to be rich. How does it feel like to be wealthy? How does it feel like to be successful? Because all these are just words. Wealthy, rich, successful, freedom, they're just words. But if those words have no meaning to it, it's just words intellectually we can understand, but has no meaning to it, you can't feel it, it's going to be challenging for you to try to work towards a word, okay? It's going to be difficult for you to try to work towards a word because there's no emotions. You don't feel what it feels like to be successful. You don't feel what it feels like to have freedom because you don't allow yourself to dream. So if you don't have it physically, why rob away the opportunity to have it in your imagination? So allow your imagination to motivate you by creating emotions. And that's what I meant. Feel your way into success. And I know it works because, okay, that's exactly, I'm going to give you one strategy. How exactly do you do it? Okay, I'm going to use my own example. This June, I went back to Singapore with Mia and we bought business class tickets. This is the very first time that I'm flying business class with a little one, okay? Long haul. And it's not cheap, I'm going to tell you. And I was trying to expand myself, okay, on my money belief. Like, should I be wasteful and spend that money to buy a seat an airplane seat that costs 5 times more than a regular ticket. And then I asked myself, what do I want? What is my desire? My desire is to fly business class, okay, or first class from Fort Lauderdale to Singapore. And but I have to ask myself, why do I want that? How does it feel like if I want that? So you know what I did? I started doing some research. I did some research like what, if I were to take the business class with this airline, what how does the seat feels like? How does the seat look like? Okay, what is the experience? So I start Googling, and then I look at YouTube videos of the people who actually were in that plane, right? The same route as me, the seats, they were describing the seats, and they took pictures of the menu. They took videos of the menu, right? So I basically transported myself into that plane. I transported myself into the experience. So I, in my imagination, okay, using other people's experience, I put myself as them. And I start imagining, wow, how it feels like to be sitting in the business class, how it feels like to be able to lay flat and go and fly across the world to Singapore instead of in a cramped seat. How does it feel like to not eat standard economy food and have gourmet crafted, chef crafted menu, having filet mignon and lobster? Okay, no joke. That's exactly what they serve. So I start looking at the menu, I start tasting the menu, I start feeling that chair, that privacy, and the status that comes with it emotionally. Okay. I was like, wow, it's so good. So I tell myself, I want it. I want it because in the fourth dimension, I already have it. I was already in that plane. I was already eating that food. I was already enjoying the lay flat bed chair experience. I was already experiencing it in that dimension. So when I come back to the physical self, when I'm doing something for my business, I have to put in extra hours or I have to work hard for this and that to make that money. I have a point of reference. What am I working towards to? What is my goal? So if I haven't immersed myself in that experience using emotions, feeling it, then I'll be like, well, you know what? It's okay. I can just go to premier economy or economy and save that money. Do I really need it? Because I haven't had it before. So I'm not missing out anything, right? That's what we say, right? I'm not missing out anything because I never had it to begin with. But what if we ask ourselves, but I want it. I can have it. And this is how it feels like if I were to allow myself to feel it and I want it. And you create it so real in your head that it becomes almost like a done deal. It's a reality. You're going to have it. So when you work towards that goal, that is something that you can feel into, that is a reason why you're doing what you're doing. Okay? Do you all follow? So I just broke down something that is so um I, I don't want to say out there, but something that is intangible into something that's a little bit more tangible, so you can understand the strategy behind on how to attain your goal. Okay, and also understand why are you not being able to attain your goal in the past. Is it because you did not connect emotions to what you say you want? All right, hopefully this session helps you to rethink about your goal, what it feels like to attain what you say you want, and then work towards it. Okay, so I have a short announcement before I let you go. On December 17, I am doing an in-person event. So interestingly, last 2 days I was teaching other 6 to 8 figure entrepreneurs on how to do their own in-person event. And I was like, hey, you know what? Now is the time for me to do one for myself. So on December 17, I have an in-person, a small, intimate in-person event, only 15 people who gets to be in the same room as me, where we're going to have a 1 day intensive. Okay. So half a day we'll be spending on creating your CEO lifestyle. So I'm going to help you define why you say what you want, right? Why are you working towards that goal? And then how much does it cost to attain those goals? to live that goal, and what are the offers that you can create for your business in order to make that money, how to price those offers to attain that goal, and then a 90-day strategy on the actions you need to take, okay, in order to sell those offers, in order to get the business, to get that money, to attain that goal. And then the second part of the session will be venue ownership. Quite a few of you wants to own a venue. So I'll be teaching all about venue ownership on the second part of the day, which is what does it mean to own a venue? How do you market a venue? How do you price your packages? Okay. How do you get people to use your venue? And as event planners and designers, how do you use this information on how venue price their packages to your advantage to educate your clients so you know how to manage their budget, okay, and negotiate with venues so it becomes a win-win for you and your client and the venue? And how do you create a relationship with venue owners so you can become their preferred vendor, and whenever they book a client, they naturally recommend you? Okay, so that will be the second part of the in-person event. So I have 2 spots left for non-existing clients inside our mentorship program. And if you're interested in these 2 spots, send me a DM. Okay, send me a DM so I can send you more information. It's going to be in Fort Lauderdale, and food is provided. All you need to do is to fly in and fly out on the same day if you want, or fly in the day before. And just to give you a blueprint for your 2023. Okay, for those of you who are on the fence in joining a mentorship program, this is a great way for you to experience how I teach, okay? And to really see if I'm a good fit for you. Online is one thing. Meeting in person, I'll tell you the experience is very, very different. I have spent intensive days with my coach. What I learned one day with her, okay, beats what I learned online with her 100%. So if this is something that you're interested in, just send me a DM or let your concierge know, and then I'll send you the information. So it's $497, okay, to come to this event. It is this price for me is priced right for having 6 to 8 hours with me. This is a VIP day price that I have slashed tremendously. And if you are able to make it December 17th, come join us. It's 9:30 to 4:30. Okay, if you're interested to come to this in-person event, just send me a DM. Thank you so much, everybody, for your time today. Hopefully, you're able to learn something today and put it into practice. I will see you again next Wednesday. Bye, everybody.